My people, we are going into such an interesting, bit of a scary. Some people might call it a myth. I don't care what any of you think. I don't care what any of you think. We are entering the 2020 crash, guys. The bubble's being burst. It's happening. It's already there. We've just started though, guys. So if you think the events that happened so far, if you think they're bad, I think personally it's going to be getting a lot worse. And I think this is going to be the biggest crash us millennials have ever seen. I think 2008 is going to look like a piss in the sink, about being rude, about swearing, guys. That's what I think personally is going to happen. But before we get into this, guys, don't leave a dislike on the video. Leave a stupid comment just going to wear a West Ham shirt. Come on, guys. This is all content. Just come on. It's a football team, mate. I support. Come on. Anyway, let's get on to the real topic. Let's get it real down and dirty, guys. Let's get on to the unanswered questions, which we are seeing all over social media, all over the news, just everywhere we're hearing it, guys. So, guys, how serious is the coronavirus? Will the coronavirus put us into a recession? Are we already in a recession? How much further will the stock markets plunge? Are we now bottomed out? Or was this sort of like fakes? Now we've seen the worst. Are we now going to fly back up? It was all just a bit of nonsense, a bit of noise for 3 weeks. Will this blow over in the next couple of days? And is this just one big scare for human manipulation? Ooh, all the topics are there, guys. It's going to get saucy. But of course, we don't know all the answers. Of course we don't. No one knows all the answers, guys. No one does. It's this economy game. It's a bit like politics, guys. We don't know the full ins. We don't know the full answers. Of course, we don't. We can only pick up off facts that we know and information that we're told, and we can paint a picture. Yeah, we can paint a picture because what we got to understand is over the news in Bloomberg, all these financial newses, all the news all over we see. They don't really want us to know the full ins and outs of all the truth and all the truth. Like especially with Bloomberg last year. Sorry. At the beginning of the year, they were saying how good the US economy was booming. They were saying how amazing it is. Now everyone's in pure panic mode. Bear in mind, they want us to lose money, guys. They don't want us to win. You must understand that. And that is absolute facts, guys. But let's start off with the last 3 weeks. Let's start off with the stock market. The biggest, most obvious thing that we've seen over the last 3 weeks, which is a good indicator that we are getting into a crash. So the last 3 weeks, guys, we've seen the Dow 30. And the Dow 30 and the S&P 500, the biggest markets the biggest stock markets in the entire world, the US based ones, they both dropped 20% since 2008. Sorry, 20% in the last 3 weeks. The biggest drop since 2008, guys. The biggest drop. FTSE 100, 23%. Same as Dow, biggest drop since 2008. Euro 50 stocks, 23%. Biggest drop since 2008. Nikkei 225. Same story, guys. So I could paint this sort of picture for you here, guys. We are seeing a huge drop in stock markets. Some could say it's a pullback. I disagree. I think we are in crash levels. If you could see the market structure on the Dow 30, guys, just on the technical basis point of view, you could see this reversal stage happening, guys. You could almost predict these crashes just from looking at technical analysis on charts, even before the news comes out, guys. A lot of my close friends that I trade with, a lot of us, we've been discussing this over the last year, maybe year and a half, guys. And I'm not saying I'm happy because obviously people lose jobs, people lose money over this, but it's nice to know a calculated plan has come, and guys, we can all profit from this. I know this is a catastrophic event, guys, but we can, all of us. That's why I made this video, guys. I want us all to wake up. I want us all to wake up, and we can all help ourselves. Yeah, help ourselves and our families, and we can also profit from this, guys. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Do you know how many millionaires were made in 2008 when the stock market dropped? Like, we just, guys, just let's keep our let's stay focused, guys, and let's look what's in front of us, the ugly truth. Anyway, let's get on to this. So let's look at the bonds, the bond market, arguably one of the most important charts, as it's the debt market, which paints such a better picture. Because, guys, the stocks, as I've just spoke to you about, I don't know how well educated you guys are, but the main stocks, guys, like your Dow, your FTSE, they're all propped up by central banks. They're all injected to keep the economy afloat, guys. We could pretty much say the stock market is a fake reflection of our economy and the companies involved, guys. Because bear in mind, the Dow 30 is the 30 biggest companies in the USA. The FTSE 100 is 100 biggest companies in the UK. The Nikkei 225 is 225 biggest companies in the Japanese industry. These don't give a realistic factor of how big well these companies are doing or how well the economy is doing, guys. So just to keep that in mind, just keep that in mind as we go on with the videos. I know some of you know, but I just want to point out, so we're all on the same path here. So anyway, the debt market follows. The 10-year treasury yields, guys. This is almost like the safe haven markets for investors, guys. This is the 10-year treasury yield market. We are at 0.5 all-time lows, guys. I mean, all-time lows from like, I'm talking from the 1970s, guys. All-time lows. The most important fixed asset income in the world, guys. And we are all-time lows. Worrying. 30-year treasury yields, guys. Long-term debt. We're at zero. At zero. All-time lows. This is all the USA, guys. I'm going to go on to the pound, the GBP, 30-year bonds. Guys, we're at 0.5 all-time lows, guys. We are seeing across the whole economy, across the board, these all-time lows in debt markets, guys. It's all dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. And guys, we're going to see negative. And when we hit negative, that's going to be a problem. That is going to be a huge catastrophe problem, guys. Now, I'm not gonna go too much into why this is a problem. I'm gonna do this on another video, talk about the bond market and what that means by the bond market dropping, what that actually means. This means there's no yield. The hunt for yield, you might have heard it all over the news, this thing called hunt for yield. There's no yield for investors. There's no yield at all, guys. The yield is gone. Risky assets are flying out the window, guys. And with this, guys, we've seen the USA drop their interest rates by a 50 bias point cut last week, an emergency cut rate. Guys, they do emergency cut rates when the economy is in need of money. They do this when the economy is in a catastrophe way and they're using their last bit of ammunition to try and recover the economy. They're trying to almost resuscitate it, give it life to life, give it CPR, guys. That's the equivalent that I could try to explain to you guys. And this 50-point cut really shot the markets. Normally with point cuts, it brings the stock market back up. But where this was an emergency an emergency cut, it was seen as dovish. It was seen as negative. So the dollar dropped and the US stock market dropped, which is not good, guys, because the central banks need the stock market to help the economy, and when that's dropping and we're in a very bad economical state, that's when catastrophes happen. Anyway, so the USA dropped interest rates by 50 basis points. The Canadian bank dropped its interest rates by 50 basis points. So I think now the USA they were at 1.75 interest rates. Now they're 1.25%. I think Canada are at 1.5, and today the UK did a huge move. I don't know if you heard about it, guys. UK dropped their interest rate points by 50% as well. But guys, the problem is with UK, we were only originally on 0.75. So guys, we've only got 0.25 left. We're only at 0.25 interest rate, guys. Now, I know some of you think, I know that this is obviously it's good for our mortgages. It's good for our credit cards, guys. But it's just showing the scarce of how bad our economy is when interest rates are dropping this fast and they're already low. That's the scary part, guys. I know some of you, there is always a yin and yang. I know that this is going to be good for, obviously, our debt payment is going to be that little bit lower, guys. But when we aren't going to work, when we haven't got jobs, that's when the problem is going to be. It's all good our interest rates being that much lower, guys. What happens when we can't pay them back? What happens then, guys? That's when the big problems happen. But anyway, let me get back into talking about the central bank dropping interest rates. So guys, they are dropping interest rates and they're trying their last bit of ammunition to try and resuscitate the market from an early death, basically. But dropping these interest rates, guys, it's not enough. You can't give life to someone that's dead, guys. It isn't enough. So they're going to be, I've seen over the news today, they are I'm not too sure if you guys heard about it. They've been injecting liquidity in the market. They've been using loads of different ways to try and pump liquidity and try and pump money back into the economy. They've got fiscal stimuluses, they've got monetary policy, and they've got loads of different types of QE that they can use. But guys, the question is, does this work? Does this work? Europe have been doing this for years. Japan have been doing this for years. I mean, you must have heard about this. The Japanification. That's where we're all heading, guys. It's just been stuck in negative interest rates, and you can't get out, guys. It's not nice. It is not nice, and it's scary. It's scary. The way they're just pumping money into the economy. It's money they haven't got. It's just borrowing more. It's either borrowing more money or it's printing more money. You might think, what's about printing more money? Printing more money is money ends up being worthless. Inflation will go sky high. It will rocket, and then that'll be a never-ending circle. And then they have to ditch the currency, and then what's next? What is a loaf of bread going to end up being £100? Like, this is obviously, it might not get to that extent, guys, but this is the sort of level that I'm talking about, guys. We are entering a very dangerous way of life, guys. The way we are going is scary, guys. We might see hyperinflation. All these. You might have heard it in the 1930s when it happened, when like a loaf of bread was just, as I said, like £100. This was, and you know what happened in the 1930s? After that, it turned into war. I'm not saying it might get to that, because we just really don't know. We really don't know. And not to mention these huge injections, guys. The Fed's balance sheets, they've increased repos from 20 billion to 45 billion a day. A day. This is just stupid money being injected, and overnight operations have gone from 100 billion to the 150. Guys, money is just being printed and just borrowed and just thrown in. This bubble is just getting bigger and bigger, and when it bursts, it's going to be catastrophic. I'm going to go about more into these sort of bubbles in a minute. I do go on about them in my videos, guys. But I'm going to go more into that in about a minute. But let's talk about debt. I just spoke about us obviously borrowing. Let's talk about debt and global debt, guys. So at the end of 2019, we hit a record high of $255 trillion in global debt. Sounds insane, doesn't it? I'm going to tell you something that's even more insane, guys. In 2008, in our last recession, you remember how bad that is, guys? We were 100 trillion less worse off. So basically, we were only in debt about 150 trillion. I say only, but compared to what we are now, it isn't only, guys. And since then, guys, since we've got 100 trillion more debt, guys, we've got even more bubbles that have been inflated, guys. And before it was the housing market. Now, guys, it's every market you can think of, guys. It's every single market you could think of. And guys, and one of the biggest problems is this is all before the coronavirus. It's the end of 2019. We're at 255 trillion. We could even be close to 300. I don't know. I'm just giving you this. It's just facts. I don't know what it is right now, so I just want to give you guys just facts. And each bubble's burst is going to be a big domino effect. Boom. Sorry, big domino effect. One, and it's just going to be. I keep saying the word catastrophic, but guys, I cannot express to you how bad it's going to be, guys. I hope you're really taking this video in, and I hope from this you're looking into yourself. Don't just look at this video and be like, oh, he could be wrong, it could be wrong. Please look into yourself. Please look into it, guys. I want everyone to be aware of this. I want everyone to be aware so we can protect our families, protect our money, protect our income. Because pensions, guys, pensions ain't going to work. Pensions are all in stock markets, guys. Pensions ain't going to work. Stock market's dropping. They ain't gonna work. All these hedge fund managers, they're looking for yield, guys. I'm gonna tell you. Well, if you look on previous videos, I told you a few things to invest in, guys. Take matters into your own hands. Don't trust these people that are gonna take your money off you, guys. Take matters into your own hands. They want you to lose because they'll make money either way. Take matters into your own hands. But anyway, the bubbles I spoke about earlier, these big bubbles that are being generated, these big fake bubbles. The biggest one is this global debt. It's big bubble that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it has to burst. It has to burst. It's the cycle of the world, the cycle of life. It has to burst. The stock market. I'm going to just lay out all the big bubbles, which are so many more than 2008, guys. So we have global debt. We have the China, Hong Kong, Singapore, emerging markets, guys. Have you seen the emerging markets in the last 3 weeks? they have taken blows, if not bigger than the stock market. Emerging markets are so, I'm going to say it, fucked. Sorry to swear on this, but anyway, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Euro real estate, the art market, US stocks, US household wealth, the world household wealth, operation debt, leveraged loans. They ain't going to work. Student loans, auto loans, tech startups, Shell Energy. Have you seen Shell Energy? Guys, have a look into yourself. Look at Shell Energy. They're getting bailed out, guys. They get bailed out. But with what money? Global skyscraper constructions, commercial real estate, restaurant industry, healthcare. It goes on. It goes on and on and on. These bubbles are all going to burst one by one, like a huge domino effect. I know I've repeated that saying, but guys, that is what is going to happen. And I'm predicting these bubbles. They're gonna. Well, so I'm not predicting. I'm predicting because I can't say what it is. But guys, this is gonna be worse in 2008. It really is, guys. So just please be prepared, because in 2008 no one was prepared to come out of nowhere, guys. So, but it didn't come out of nowhere. It was being foreseen, but nobody wants to tell you this. No one, because no one wants you to pull your money out. No one wants you to do that. So just please, just play it safe, guys. Play it safe. But the thing is, and here comes the biggest factor. And then, all of a sudden, surprisingly, out of nowhere, when all the banks are fucking up so badly, all these big bubbles being burst, here comes coronavirus. Something so convenient that they can just put the blame on. Oh, coronavirus making us do this, making us do that. When really the Fed and the all central banks have totally messed up our whole world, the whole economy. This beautiful, ugly life card just come out that we could just blame it on. Is it man-made? Was it put there for a reason? Think about it, guys. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I'm gonna let you make your own opinion on it. It was just put in at such a convenient time. But let's get on to the coronavirus, and let's get on to how this coronavirus has just cut the last cable tie holding our shit economy down. So the virus has stopped everything: airlines, travel, entertainment, manufacturing, production, services, you name it, it's been affected, all conveniently. Now today is the 11th of March, guys, and we have seen Italy in full quarantine. They weren't quick enough to react, which is it's unfortunate, guys. It's unfortunate because it's very difficult, because it comes to a matter over your economy or human life. I know obviously everyone's human life first, but the economy must run. So it's unfortunate with Italy. And the scary thing about Italy is how quick their version of the virus is mutilating. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's almost like there's two different versions of this virus, because if you look on some because if you type in on Google, you could there's sort of like a live contravirus tally that you can see how the countries are doing, what the death rate is like, what the infection rate is. I mean, I'll leave it in the link below so you can all have a look at it. But I know some countries are lying about the numbers. As we know, China, they're very known for their manipulation. They're lying. Iran, I know, are lying as well, and I think some other Asian countries are lying as well. But I mean, they're obviously lying for like other political reasons, manipulation reasons, or just to try and hold it down, make it look like their country isn't doing as bad as it is, to try and protect their stocks, protect their incomes, protect their economy, to be honest. But ain't gonna work. We all need to be honest. We all need to be open. We need to come together and just actually get through this virus, because this is no joke, guys. This is no joke. This is no joke whatsoever, guys. And let's just get. There's such a mixed story. I don't really know where to start with the coronavirus side of things. Let's go with. I've got a couple of reports here that I'm looking at. I say France reported 33 deaths and 1,700 infected. Saudi Arabia is saying 20 of the cases they have a 47-year-old average, which is insane, because it's killing mostly over 60 or 60 and 70-year-olds. So if they're saying that, have they got a stronger version of the virus? Has it mutated? Like, is this going to get worse? And let's talk about Italy's death toll jumped 168 deaths yesterday. We have not seen that in any other economy. Why Italy? Italy's healthcare is good. They're not a poor country, not insulting any other country, but they're a fairly well off country, guys. That's automatically put them into a disgusting recession. And obviously the UK infection rate has just been flying every single day, guys. Sorry, go back to Italy. I think the death rate is now over 700, I think, as of right now, as I'm doing this video, which is just absolutely phenomenal, guys. Their death rate and infection rate is just flying more than others. Why? Other countries lying? Have they got a more mutilated version of the infection? I think both factors come to light here. I think we have got a mutated version, and I also think that other countries are definitely lying, because let's go on to Iran's, for example. So Iran have come back saying they've got 8,000 infected, whereas they had this disease a lot quicker. I mean, a lot. They had a disease way before Italy have, and their country is in a more economically built up state, and they're less advanced as well. So, thinking about this logically, surely that would spread like wildfire there. But they're saying they've got less infection rates and death rates than Italy. A lot of experts are saying they're lying, and I agree. I completely agree. And also, yesterday, a document came out from Zero Hedge saying they found this leaked footage, and these leaked documents saying that American hospitals are preparing for 96 million infected. This is just America. 96 million infected patients and over 500,000 deaths. Now, if you looked at what America was saying last week, especially with Trump's speech, and loads of the officials were saying, they said it was under control, and they said they had this virus under control, and they said it was going to get worse before better, but they've only had, I think so far, only about 1,000 cases. So from 1,000 to 96 million. Something doesn't add up here, guys. Something doesn't add up. Think about this. Don't listen to what you're hearing. Think about what you're seeing, okay? Something doesn't add up here. And also, in this document, they're saying that they have a 0.5% death rate, which is far less than the WHO's target, which is 3.4%, and Italy's ridiculously high, 8%. So, not scientists, but something doesn't add up here. Something does not add up here, guys. And also, what I was saying is I was looking into these potential two strains they have, as I was saying earlier, like a weaker strain and like a stronger strain. Obviously, they're saying the first strain is about, I don't know how true this is, guys. This is just something that I looked into. They were saying apparently 30% of infected have the first strain, which is a lot weaker and a lot less contagious. They said 70% of people had the more infectious and the easier to spread strain, which is the stronger, which is strain 2, which is the stronger one. Now, the worrying fact is it's only been around for about 2 months, as we know, 2 or 3 months that we know of. Is it going to mutate further? There's no vaccine. No one really knows much about it. Is it going to mutate further? Is it going to further advance? I mean, right now, people age 80 and over have a 14.8% chance of dying if they catch this infection. And it declines as it goes down and down and down and down and down. I think it's 8% by 79. I think it's only 3% by 60 to 69. Now, if this disease mutilates further, could this affect our youth? Could it affect people from like 20 to 40? Because, guys, this is scary, guys. This is so scary, guys. And you must and please take this seriously. Like look after your family, look after your friends. Like if you've got parents or you've got grandparents that suffer from illness, or they get ill easy, keep them indoors, quarantine them, man. Like bring them stuff round, quarantine them. You don't want them to catch this illness and pass away. It's just you don't want this getting worse than it already is, guys. It really is. It's horrible. It's a horrible time we're in right now, guys. But like, let's just educate ourselves so we can help and we can almost, yeah, so we can educate ourselves, so we can help each other, and we can actually profit from this disgusting mess, because a lot of people are making money from this. We could be one of these people, because there will be a point soon when we're going to get laid off. There will be people not going to work. If people don't go to work, how are you going to pay for your rent? How are you going to pay for your mortgage? Yes, that's early interest rates are dropping. They have to. But that doesn't really benefit us in the long run, guys. If you can't go to work, how are you going to pay your rent? How are you going to look after your parents? How are you going to, if your child isn't going to school because of this coronavirus, you're going to have the day off work to look after them. You're not earning money. How are you going to fend for your children? It's just one vicious circle, guys. It is one vicious circle. This is going to go down in history, guys. Just make sure that we're here to stay on top of it, guys. Yeah. But let's just recap and over why this is going to be the famous 2020 crash. Number one, coronavirus is still here and still spreading. Number two, the Saudis are still ramping up oil productions and give out large discounts. You've seen the plummet in oil prices, guys. I know that might be good, cheaper for our fuel, guys, but this is not good for the economy. It really isn't, guys. Central banks are still cutting rates. Everyone is up to their necks in drowning debt, and it's going to get worse. People aren't going to be able to go to work. We still have a massive supply issue. Demand is still falling off the cliff. Italy is quarantined. The whole country is quarantined. You can't get in or out until the 3rd of April, guys. Everybody is still going long in these assets, in these overpriced stocks. Everyone's still trying to get greedy, because the problem is, when fear comes, people get greedy. They want to try to squeeze money out of all their assets when it's not going to work. There's no yield. These markets are going down. Pull out. Quit while you're ahead and invest in something less risky. Retailers are offering 50% off. Everyone is desperate for cash, guys. I mean, I'm going to end the video here, guys. I'll be doing a few more videos on this crash, but guys, just listen to what I'm saying, and look into yourself. If you don't believe me, guys, just have a look into yourself, and just stay safe and look after the families. Have a great day.